Welcome to the inaugural episode of Cooking with Chads. I'm your host, Chad, and here is my co-host, Chad. aka Lil C. Today, we're going to make my favorite...
It fell down.
Okay, well, we've had a lot of problems. Today, we're going to be making my favorite roasted potato and asparagus lentil salad with Tangy mustard.
I like the dressing though.
We're certainly looking for a shorter name if you have one. Probably made this about 15 times this year. It's pretty good, about 450 calories a serving with 22 grams of protein.
Yep, and my favorite part is the dressing.
This show will also include many cameos from Kevin Bob Stewart.
Our dog.
As if that part needed to be explained. So now my co-host, Lil C, is going to tell you about all the ingredients we will need for this recipe.
So, as you can see here, we have a bag of organic green lentils, about 2.5 cups. Then we have about 3 pounds of potatoes, 1 large yellow onion, and 2 things of asparagus. And we will also put this lentils in this big pot right here. And then we will also need these 2 cookie sheets, aluminum foil, and cooking spray. To make the tangy mustard, you'll need lemon juice, olive oil, and 2 types of mustard, Dijon mustard and stone ground mustard. And once this is done, this will all be in a big pot, and it tastes very good.
Okay, so the very first thing we want to do to make this super efficient, preheat the oven to 425 degrees. And prepare the pot of water over here with 8 cups. And we rinse off the lentils. And now, it's time to cut the potatoes. Okay, so as you can see, that part only took 27 seconds. So even with filming that, watching it, we still had time to watch this basketball game while we waited for the oven to heat up. But we are now at 425, and our little friend, hold on. It's always good to make children put things in the oven.
Should I put this on the bottom or the top?
It don't matter. It probably does matter, but God knows I don't know which one's better. So now, we're gonna set this timer here. If I can figure it out. 15 timer. 15 minutes. And we got 15 minutes to prep the next part.
Yep.
And Chad wanted some camera time.
Yeah.
So as you could tell even from that time-lapse video, I have absolutely no idea how to properly cut an onion, but whatever. So we arrange it kind of on the tray like this. Really doesn't really matter necessarily. We're not worried about browning it or some fancy stuff like that. We just want to get it all in the oven. Also, cooking the onions is optional. Oftentimes I make it without cooking the onions, but it had been a minute since I've done that. So it makes them softer and whatever else cooking onions does.
And the potatoes have 5 minutes left. So once the 15-minute time mark is done, which there's 10 seconds left, we put this tray in there, and then set it for 20 more minutes. So the timer just went off. And now we are gonna take the potato.
20 more minutes. And now that gives us 20 minutes to begin working on the lentils. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna start the water boiling. Okay, so now that the water is coming to a rapid boil, I'm going to reduce the heat to about 5.5 on this stove, and we're going to pour the lentils in like so. Now, here's the thing. This is supposed to be cooking for 35 to 40 minutes, but I'm already using my kitchen timer, and somebody left their phone watch at their mom's house. I'm not gonna say who that is. I may be looking at them right now. So what we're going to do is note the time at 7:58. So we will check on these at about 8:35.
So first, to make this tangy dressing, we need a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Let's get all this lemon juice in there. Oh. It smells like lemons. It should be enough. Now we poured into the bowl, right? And there it goes. So we got our lemon juice in here. So now we get the olive oil. I think we put a 1/2 cup of that in there, right? Okay. So let's get, oh, there goes the lid. We need a 1/2 cup of olive oil in here.
Felt like this could end in disaster. That doesn't look full to me, child. A little bit more. A little bit more. Be skirt. Oh my God.
What?
Oh.
Anyways, so then we pour that 1/2 cup in there.
I can't believe you didn't stop before that overfilled. Okay, so now, dude, we're recording here, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Now we're going to put a full cup of each type of mustard in. Now this is my own personal hack. The recipe that I started with only put a 1/2 cup of mustard, but mustard is basically free, and it's really good, right? There's like nothing in it. So, but goodness. So, make extra mustardy.
Yeah. So while we were measuring everything and putting everything in that bowl to get ready for whisking, the timer went off for the potatoes, the onions, and asparagus. So, we've taken them out, and we'll let them cool off, and we're gonna whisk this.
Okay, so these lentils are about done now. The basketball game got better, by the way. So that was cool. It's a little good luck, a little good mojo. Not over yet, though.
Nope.
Pour that in there. And rinse these off.
Look.
Allow them to cool.
That's delicious.
That right there is some freaking honest to goodness plant-based protein, baby.
Yep.
Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the asparagus. Are we going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, cool. Everything's done. The last part's super easy. We're just gonna throw it all together and mix it up. Now, the trick with the mustard dressing is you put about half of it in the mix and mix it up with there, and then you put the other half in a container, pour it on there every time you make it.
now that we've got and mixed that all up together, you're gonna put them evenly between these containers. We got half the stuff in, and yeah. Anything to say?
Okay, so as you know, one of the things we're trying to teach you kids here on Cooking with Chads is how to meal prep in a way that is effective, but also efficient. Because, you know, we all got busy lives. I mean, I got a busy life. I don't know about you, maybe you do. If that's the case, call me, because I need some yard work done. I'll pay you pretty good. Anyway, the point is, some hack to do that is to divide it up evenly into sixes, because you know how much is in the entire recipe if you measured it out correctly. But the easiest way to get it evenly divided up is with a cup measurement. Now, Brad would tell you to weigh out everything, but Brad can go straight because I ain't got time for all that. I mean, I like Brad. He's pretty dope, actually. You should follow him at the Sober Bodybuilder on Instagram. But I'm not trying to weigh out every single thing that I can. And besides, what really matters at the end of the week is the calories you ate that week. So if one of these is a little bit more than the other one, it ain't gonna be the end of the world. So I know from experience that recipes like this make a little over 2 cups a serving. So what I start off doing is dishing out 2 1-cup servings to each container. Look in here, and you got about, I don't know, a little bit, half cup each one. Again, the greatest thing here is that it really doesn't need to be perfect, right? You want it kind of evenly spread out because you want to eat about the same thing every day. But if a little bit goes to Monday and a little bit less to Tuesday, it ain't really that big a deal. So put a half cup in all these, still a little bit left. By the way, the end of that basketball game sucked, okay? First off, Tony Bradley is terrible, just terrible. Like, he needs to be out of the league. Second off, a lot of our bad habits came back to bite us. You know, that was going to happen eventually, right? We couldn't get away with some of that. And third off, Donovan got fouled on that last play, and it's blow the whistle. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, we dish that out. And now, what I like to do here is dish it about evenly into these last 2 containers. And the great thing is, all this little bit of leftover stuff, this stuff is so good. Seriously. And me and Chad will just lick the rest of that off our fingers. And there you go. 6 lunches ready to go. I find with this meal, you get about a week out of them. I wouldn't try to push them more than a week. So today's Friday, so I'll eat them next week. By Friday.